When you're on an emotional connective plane, then the physical intimacy shifts because you're
connected.
You're connected.
Yeah. And I think that's so important too in relationships that maybe we're not seeing a lot of because of this hookup culture, because of this dating scene that we're unfortunately in 2023. It's become terrifying.
Feel bad for you.
It's terrifying, and I think it's because no one's seeking that emotional intimacy. People are seeking physical intimacy, quick fix, and done, on to the next. But it kind of just it degrades what an actual relationship is, because to me, I think having a relationship and connecting with someone is the best feeling ever. I have so much respect for relationships, and having good relationships, I know how beautiful that is, to have that strong emotional connection and to be able to trust and have all of these good things in one person that you're focusing on growing. And it just makes everything so much better. Like, if you have a really, really good relationship, it just makes everything so much better in life. And that's what a good relationship should do. And I think in this dating culture, a lot of people just aren't seeking that. They just want a quick fix. They want their quick serotonin boost and on to the next. Like, ooh, I gotcha. Scored another girl, on to the next type thing. I don't know what that's about. And I think that's so confusing. So I'm like, why would you give that physical intimacy? Like, you're just going to give that up real quick for what? And to me, what is really the trophy, what is really the big win, is finding someone and having that deep emotional connection.
Yeah. And let me say, relationships, there is no perfect relationship. And there is no easy relationship. Relationships and marriages take a lot of work. And both people have to be willing to put in that work. And when you lack in the emotional connective part of it, it's really hard to come back from that if you've been in it for a very long time, or whether or not you're just getting started. So for you, my advice would be, if it's not there emotionally right off the bat or within a few months, I would say it's not working.
Yeah.
It's not working.
So do you think that the growing of, porn users and just porn being so easily accessible, because it's like OnlyFans, you have basically porn on Instagram. You see it so much. Do you think that this has infiltrated dating culture now, and how people perceive relationships?
100%. And the sad thing is that there are also really nasty people out there creating bot accounts that post nothing but nudie pictures on Instagram. And Instagram's not policing that. You can report it. They don't do anything. They want it there. And I think, and I'm guilty of this too, I always I should take a break from social media. I really should. I should take a break. And then I don't, because I'm addicted to it. I mean, everybody is. But everything on the internet has become so sexualized. And it is, whether it be filters and creating a facade. I mentioned that earlier. A facade of a woman. That woman doesn't look anything like that.
Yeah.
Her body, you can now contort your body to make it look like something that is not realistic and not real, just to turn a man on the other side of that screen that you don't even know who he is.
Yeah. And I think that that's interesting that you said the filters, because these filters, you look at them and it's like, giving you a lip tint and making your eyes just like a little more squinted and like giving you contour. It's supposed to make you look sexy. And I think as a culture, we have this identification that these, wearing a lot of makeup and looking a certain way makes you sexy. And that gives sex appeal, right? Wear something low cut, wear a dress that hugs your curves just right, and that's sexy and that's a turn on. And, this is what we've seen. But I think the real sexy is how a woman carries herself.
Yes.
I think, being not promiscuous, being a woman that holds herself and is classy and elegant and is not tempted by these things, that's sexy, as well as a man. If a man is going to respect me and, not hop on, hit on me right off the bat and respects my boundaries and also has boundaries himself, that's the real sex appeal. The real sex appeal isn't posting a picture, exposing things to anyone that can see it on the internet.
Anyone and everybody. Because let me tell you, once it's on the internet forever.
And that, is that sexy to you? Is that sexy that, a man has abs and anyone in the world could go on his Instagram and see that? Versus, also a woman posting and flaunting on OnlyFans. Is that sexy to you that, yes, you saw it because you're paying $10.99 a month on OnlyFans, but anyone else could? That's sexy to you that something's that easily accessible. That's not sexy.
Well, it's also consider these people are probably not even in a relationship with somebody.
Yeah. And if they are, it's probably not a healthy one.
No. And it's really sad to think about because these people are probably very lonely.
Yeah.
Very lonely. Probably feel very isolated because they feel like, well, I've already gotten myself so deep.
Yeah. And, you can fill it with money. I'm sure they make good money from doing these things. But, money only goes, you, at the end of the day, you are left with your thoughts and who you are as a person. And there's no escaping that. There's no escaping that.
No.
And that's really scary. Sure, you can go off and start an OnlyFans and do all of these things and be promiscuous and make money from it, make money from showing off your body and having no one respect you and having all these guys in your DMs pursuing you sexually. But just when you go to sleep at night,
Is that really making you happy?
Yeah.
Probably not. Probably not.
I saw this, I think it was on Vox, and it was basically they had a couple sit down that one of the person was in porn. It was relationships in the porn industry or something. And they were like, oh, my boyfriend's a porn star and this is I'm totally okay with it type thing. And I'm first of all, the porn industry is terrible.
Yeah.
It's human trafficking. It is pedophilic. It is so disgusting to look at statistics and see what is being searched on these porn websites. It's dad and daughter. It's mom and son, stepmom and son. That's I think the highest thing searched on Pornhub is stepmom and son. And to me, that means people are searching for things that they know is wrong. Like you said, they know it's wrong. They know they shouldn't be doing it, but they're doing these terrible things that, morally is wrong and you're seeking this. And that just shows how deeply broken we are.
It's really sad. I mean, there are other topics like bestiality that is disgusting. But the fact that people want to, and it's probably 100% fake. That person is probably not the stepmom, and that boy is probably not her son.
Yeah, they're all actors also.
Exactly. So and that brings us back to the point. It's fake.
Yeah.
It's all fake. So if you get off on fantasies, then go to your significant other and fantasize together.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be your wife is your stepmom. It can be Princess Leia in a gold bikini.
Go for it.
Dress up like a little maid. Whatever. You create fantasies together.
Yeah.
Don't go
Why are
watch
you doing
something
it on
gross.
Yeah, like you said, none of this is real.
Yeah.
And I wonder, I think it comes into a way that people seek that in life. They seek that naughtiness. They think they seek these things that they know are really bad for them and toxic, but we have it in the back of our head ooh, well, I saw that on the internet, and it just seems forbidden.